We pay homage to the Blessed One, the Supremely Enlightened Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. We pay homage to my teacher, Luke Swami Mahasi. Sadhu. Okay, so shall we go to the main discourse? We were studying about the defilements that should not be. Do you remember the topic of the discourse? There are some unwholesome qualities that can be abandoned through the bodily good conduct. There are some unwholesome qualities that can be abandoned through the verbal good conduct. And what is the third one?
Bante, the third one is Panyaya Deswa Pahataba,
Yeah.
using wisdom to abandon Bante.
Yeah, so there are some defilements that cannot be abandoned through bodily good conduct and verbal good conduct. And they are to be abandoned by seeing again and again with wisdom. We are learning the Kāya Sutta, and we are in the last part of the Sutta. Today we are going to learn about, remember we learned a series of defilements, mental negativities that should be abandoned by seeing again and again with wisdom. Panyaya, diswa pahatabba. Remember those defilements we learned before, like these defilements, these. And the last thing we discussed was jealousy, and Buddha explained the nasty jealousy here, right? And we talked about that, and we talked about the danger of being jealous with the story of Matta. Remember the ghost story? We discussed a lot about that. So today we are going to learn about another mental negativity. This is called corrupt wishes, Icha, Papaka Icha. So let's learn about that. Who is going to read? Okay, Barry, go ahead.
Corrupt wishes should be given up neither by the body nor by speech, but by seeing again and again with wisdom. And what are corrupt wishes? It's when a faithless person wishes to be known as faithful. An unethical person wishes to be known as ethical. An uneducated person wishes to be known as learned. A lover of company wishes to be known as secluded. A lazy person wishes to be known as energetic. An unmindful person wishes to be known as mindful. A person without immersion wishes to be known as having immersion. A witless person wishes to be known as wise. A person who has not entered the defilements wishes to be known as having ended the defilements. These are called corrupt wishes. Corrupt wishes should be given up neither by the body nor by speech, but by seeing again and again with wisdom.
Sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in your reading, Barry. Do you see the powerful wisdom of the Buddha? Like how the Buddha can see these very subtle things, in so many deep layers of mind, right? And Buddha explained about bodily misconduct in great details. Buddha explained about verbal misconduct in great details. And that's not all. Buddha also explained about these defilements in the mind, very subtle defilements, and it's not easy to recognize them. But the Buddha had this extraordinary knowledge to analyze them and understand that they are not beneficial and they are to be abandoned. And what are those negative qualities in the mind, and especially as categorized as corrupt wishes? It is when a faithful person wishes to be known as faithful. That is an evil wish, evil desire, corrupt wish. And let's check the Pali here. Okay, here. Ida bhikkave ekacho asaddho samano. Asaddho samano. So there is this person, he doesn't have confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha. He is called the asaddho. Saddhoti mang janayonti ichchati. So, but he has this evil wish. What is the evil wish? May others see me, recognize me as a faithful devotee, faithful person. Dussilo samano. And there is this person who doesn't keep precepts, who is not virtuous, who is immoral. What is his evil desire? Silavati manjanayunti ichchati. He has an evil desire. He wants other people to think of himself that I am a virtuous person. Isn't it happening all around the world? That there are so many unvirtuous people and they do bad things secretly. They break precepts. They kill, they steal, they engage in sexual misconduct, they lie, and they do all these bad things. They take intoxicants, drugs, but they pretend to be good people, like virtuous people, honest people, reliable people. Isn't that happening in the world? And that is that desire to pretend is called corrupt wish, evil desire. Not only for in unvirtuous people's life, these things can arise in anybody, like who practices the path, and even the Dhamma practitioners are not perfect in keeping precepts, right? They might have some weaknesses, but if they have this evil wish, may my Kalyanamitas, may my Dhamma friends know me as somebody who keeps precepts well, who respects precepts, and that becomes an evil wish.
I was just going to say, it just got to be such a hard life to live with the Buddha. No matter where he was or what he did, he never had to worry about his actions, where somebody who's doing this has to always worry that somebody might be looking or somebody might find me out. And that's got to be a really hard way to live.
Yeah. So there are lots of opportunities, possibilities for the arising of corrupt wishes, right?
I have experience in this recently. You know what? This is so wise. Buddha's teaching is timeless. Because I think in a lot of spiritual organization, people have to be careful because there are in the Sky College, they call it a narcissist personality. So there are people who just to forward their own agendas, they appear to be, they want to have an image of virtuous or image of spiritual advancement.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. So, but it can be dangerous too, because I don't know, when you interact close to people like this, it can be troublesome. But yeah, I thank you so much for this, because it explains it so clear what this but how does a person fix themselves if they're like this? I guess they have to desire to change.
This is the way to fix that. This is the last sentence here in the end of this explanation. Okay, so these wishes are called corrupt wishes, should be given up neither by body nor by speech. That means by following precepts, you cannot avoid these evil wishes. But there is a powerful way to avoid those things, and that is explained here by the Buddha. By seeing again and again with wisdom. Panyaya diswa pahatabba.
I was just going to say, Bhante, like this is so deep, because not only does that, but looking at it, like when a person can see these, they are also now practicing mindfulness of their actions.
Yeah, right there, like on the very attempt of recognizing them, seeing them, means that he is on the Dhamma path. Just by recognizing them. Oh, now in my mind, there is this evil wish. I don't have this good quality, but I have this wish to pretend. Or I have this wish that others would recognize me with such and such good qualities. And as soon as the person recognizes that, he's on the right path. And then he can make an effort to abandon that. And that is the meaning of abandoning them by seeing again and again with wisdom. That is the meaning. First, being mindful of that, and then using techniques, the Buddha's techniques to abandon them. So that is the second evil wish. An unethical person wishes to be known as ethical, right? And next one, apassuto samano, means this person, there is, Rob, you have a question before we go to the next one?
Yeah, just a question about what you were saying about corrupt wishes, neither by body nor by speech.
Mm-hmm.
So that would say that body and speech, that would kind of fit under sila, I guess.
Exactly.
But no amount of sila could help you, or even no amount of dana, for instance, help you. It would only take wisdom.
It's mostly wisdom. There can be a person who is very kind of generous and, you know, has lots of interest of practicing giving and sharing, but still, if that person is not mindful and insightful of these negative mental states, that person is in danger.
Because normally kind of the path is to go with dana and sila, and then eventually, you know, insight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to wait a long time to get to insight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it would kind of have to live with.
It's not kind of an order though. You first practice dana as an immoral person, and because the sila comes after, it's not that kind of an order. It's, you know, it's a come. They are linked together in the Dhamma path, right? It's better to have, you know, some degree of all these noble qualities in any stage of the path, even though in the initial stage of the practice. Like, you cannot say, okay, dana is the first thing in the list, so let me practice dana and I'll think about precepts later. That's not the way how we look at it.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay, good. So apassuto is, how do you understand when you see uneducated here? Apassuta means the person who lacks Dhamma knowledge, who has a very limited knowledge about the discourses of the Buddha. But what is his evil wish? Bahussuto timanjaniyanti. He wants other people to know him as a person with vast Dhamma knowledge. Bahussuta. And this evil wish arises in somebody's mind, and that person himself has to understand it and abandon it. It can happen anytime. That's why Buddha said in the beginning of the sutta, if we break a precept, others can notice it, and right on the spot they can point it out to us, right? Oh, you broke that precept, please re-observe precepts or amend or rehabilitate, whatever. But who knows about what is happening inside the mind? Panyaya disva bhatabba. The only way to avoid them, abandon them, is to see them again and again with wisdom. And to gain that wisdom, we need 4 factors. First one is sappurisa sansevo. We need to live, discuss, converse with spiritual friends, noble friends. Sappurisa sansevo. That is a powerful factor to develop wisdom. And the second one is listening to the Dhamma, Saddhamma Savana, listening to the discourses of the Buddha. And the third one is Yoniso Manasikaro, reflection on the teachings. contemplating in line with the teachings of the Buddha. And the fourth one is trying to practice the Noble Eightfold Path. Trying to practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya, right? So there is a very clear path to gain that wisdom. And the next evil wish is Sanganikaramo Samano, a lover of company, socializing, right? Socializing person who loves mingling with people, you know, and enjoys the crowds. But what is his evil wish? Pavivitoti manjanayanti. He wants other people to know about him. He likes seclusion, solitude. He lives alone. He doesn't like socializing. He doesn't like crowds. He likes meditation. Those kind of evil desires arise, and we need to recognize them. Another evil wish is kusito samano. There is a lazy person. Lazy here means laziness in terms of abandoning unwholesome qualities in the mind and developing wholesome qualities. That's the meaning here, okay? So that means when anger arises in that person's mind, it lasts there for a long time. When greediness arises, when lust arises, when jealousy arises in that person's mind, they last for a long time. Because of what? Because the person is lazy. That is called lazy. So he keeps these defilements for a long time in his mind. But what is his evil desire? Aradha viryoti manjanayunti. He wants other people to think about himself that this person is very energetic and he doesn't keep these defilements for a long time. That is his evil wish. He wants other people to think like that. So he's kind of acting, right? That's not good. That's evil wish. We need to recognize that. And next one is mutta sati samano. An unmindful person. Okay, unmindful means he doesn't practice. His mindfulness is not sharp, and mind is not well established on the four establishments of the mindfulness, and his mind is full of hindrances and other negative states. But he has this evil desire, upattita sati timanjani yunti. What is the evil wish? May other people recognize me as a very good meditator, very good mindfulness practitioner, and he acts in that way because of that evil wish. Okay, next evil wish. We should write them down, and right? It's because, you know, otherwise we will forget how to recognize them. First, we need to study them, learn them, and memorize them. Then only when they arise, we understand, oh, this is an evil wish. This is in the list, right? Imagine that we didn't learn this list. How do we know that they are categorized under the evil desires, evil wishes? We don't know. So it is very important, very essential to study the discourses of the Buddha. And that is the whole purpose of preserving these teachings for future generations. Otherwise, we have no idea about these evil wishes. We don't even categorize these thoughts as evil wishes, right? And the next one is asamahito samano. A person without immersion means concentration, right? Without concentration. So his mind is not concentrated well, his meditation is not taking off well, but he has this evil desire, evil wish. May other people understand me as a very good meditator, as a person with very jhanas, concentration, samadhi, and that's an evil wish, corrupt wish. And the next one is Duppanyo Samano. There is a person who doesn't have that much of knowledge of the Four Noble Truths and who hasn't attained any stages of enlightenment, or he doesn't have that kind of great wisdom. But he has this corrupt wish. Panyavati manjani yunti ichchati. He has this evil wish. May other people think that I am a very wise person. Or I have attained stages of enlightenment. That's an evil wish. And next one, akina savo samano. Okay, a person who has not ended the defilements. That means this person has not attained liberation, has not attained the last stage of enlightenment. He lives with defilements. But unfortunately, he has this corrupt wish. What is that? Kina savoti manjani yunti. May other people know of me as an arahant, as an enlightened person. That is a corrupt wish. Right? And Buddha explains, corrupt wishes should be given up neither by the body nor by speech, but by seeing again and again with wisdom. And let me show you another description. And this is also about those negative states of the mind. This is from the Anuruddha Mahavitaka Sutta, from the numerical discourses of the Buddha. Same thing is explained here. And have you heard the word living with few desires? Apicchata, apicchata. And this is a remarkable explanation about the meaning of apicchata, living with few desires. Because sometimes people think living with few desires means is only related to the material things, living with, few objects, right? Living with, little things, being content with what is available. And some people think it has that meaning, but that is only a narrow meaning. But this is the broad meaning of that apicchata quality. Who is going to read?
I can read, Bhante.
Please.
When it was said, this Dhamma is for one with few desires, not for one with strong desires. With reference to what was this said, here, when a bhikkhu is one with few desires, he does not desire. Let people know me to be one with few desires. When he is content, he does not desire. Let people know me to be one who is content. When he resorts to solitude, he does not desire. Let people know me to be one who resorts to solitude. When he is energetic, he does not desire. Let people know me to be energetic. When he is mindful, he does not desire. Let people know me to be mindful. When he is concentrated, he does not desire. Let people know me to be concentrated. When he is wise, he does not desire. Let people know me to be wise. When he delights in non-proliferation, he does not desire. Let people know me to be one who delights in non-proliferation. When it was said, this Dhamma is for one with few desires, not for one with strong desires. It is with reference to this. It is with reference to this that this was said.
Sadhu. Rejoice in your reading, Rob. Okay, did you understand here the true meaning of living with few desires? Right? That somebody with and this is the opposite of corrupt wishes, right? Yes. and living with few desires, apicchata. Somebody lives with few desires, but he does not desire, let other people know me, who lives with few desires. And there's this person who practices contentment, but he doesn't have the evil desire for other people to know him, of such a person. And this person delights in solitude, but he doesn't want other people to know about it. And this person is energetic, other people, and he doesn't want other people to know about it. And he wants to hide his good qualities, basically. That's the meaning of apicchata. He is practicing good qualities and he wants to hide them. Isn't that the meaning? And he is a mindful person. He practices mindfulness, but he doesn't want other people to know that. He has jhanas, he practices concentration, but he doesn't want other people to know about it. He has wisdom, but he lives like a foolish person. That is how arahants lived. And the last one is non-proliferation. That's the name for nibbana. So he has attained nibbana. He delights in nibbana, but he doesn't want other people to know that. That's the true disciples. That's the nature of the true disciples. They don't like to show off. And even other monks didn't know. Even his close friends didn't know that their best friend was an arahant, till the Buddha revealed. So think about that. Do you hear that in the modern world, some people are going around boasting around themselves and claim to be arahants? That's very different from the original nature of true arahants. Because they were very good practitioners of apicchata. By practicing this quality, they attain nibbana. You think they don't like that quality after attaining nibbana? Yes, so apicchata is a powerful good quality. Ray, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, would this also be somebody who has given up self-view?
Yes. Yes, these evil desires, evil wishes are rooted in self-view. And we can learn more about, with a very clear connection between evil desires and self-view in using a different sutta next time. And I already read that sutta today. Check that sutta. That's a beautiful sutta, and you will see how these evil desires, evil wishes are rooted in the self-view, as you asked. Okay, do you have any questions? Any last questions?
Bhante, may I ask one question, please? Bhante, the seeing again and again with wisdom, does that equal to yoniso manasikara, Bhante? Are they the same, Bhante? Bhante.
Yeah, it's about a culmination of we can say many noble qualities such as wise consideration, yoniso manasikara, reflection, paccavekkhana, mindfulness, sati, virya, energy, is a combination of all set of noble qualities that enables you to abandon these negative states of the mind by seeing again and again with wisdom.
Thank you, Bhante. Many merit, Bhante.
Now, when you learn like this, the instructions of the Buddha about very subtle things in the mind, don't we feel confident that definitely Buddha abandoned these negative states from the mind? Otherwise, who else could explain these deep things, subtle things about the mind? It should be definitely somebody who already abandoned these qualities, right? Who already knew the danger of these subtle things in the mind. That's how we see the Buddha through the Dhamma. We see that Buddha's Arahant quality, the Samma Sambuddha quality, Vijja Charana Sampanna quality through the Dhamma. That's why Buddha explained when the monk Vakali was looking at the Buddha all the time, and he was excited to see the physical beauty of the Buddha, and Buddha advised him, what do you need, Vakali? What do you expect from this body, my body, filthy body? See the Dhamma, then you will see me. That was the advice of the Buddha. So even today, we can see the Buddha. How? Through the Dhamma. Like these teachings, we can see that Buddha lived with, definitely Buddha lived with a defiled free mind. That's how he was able to teach these things in such a profound way. And we understand how much suffering we experience due to these negative states in our mind. At the same time, we understand if somebody abandoned these negative states from the mind, how much happiness would that person have experienced? And we know that definitely the Buddha had that amazing happiness. The Arahant monks and nuns had that amazing happiness because their minds were fully purified from these unwholesome qualities, right? That's how we see the Buddha through the Dhamma. We see the Arahant through the Dhamma, even though they are not present physically. We can still see. That's why we still reflect on their qualities, and we are grateful to those enlightened beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That is called the confidence, Shraddha, based on the understanding of the Dhamma. That is why that confidence is not categorized under blind faith. That faith, that confidence is rooted in the knowledge. There's a big difference with between the faith and confidence based on understanding, based on knowledge, and based on wisdom, compared to the blind faith. What do we need? Do we need blind faith, or do we need the confidence based on wisdom? That is called Akaravati Saddha. How is it called? Akaravati Saddha. Faith or confidence based on understanding, based on wisdom, based on insight.